Okay.
All
We
right,
are
we're
live-ish.
live. Yeah, we're live-ish. We're
Yeah.
live. Hey, Devin, thanks for joining us. Oh, no, buddy. We're gonna try to keep your face out of this so that later on you're not a YouTube star. Um,
The things we have to worry about now.
so I am in a loud house right now. There's somebody mowing the lawn. There's like my dog potentially barking. The baby has separation anxiety right now, so like I am holding him and moving as we do this.
I feel I listen to talk radio a lot. And that is one of my favorite things about listening to talk radio in these times is that it'll be somebody like Chris Cuomo, who's basically a household name. He's like, sorry, the dude next door is mowing right now.
It, it is terrible. I had a client call last week and like the baby would not stop crying and the lawnmower was going. And guys, I have been ghosted by 3 potential part-time nannies over the last week. So like childcare, not something that's easy to find.
Right. And that'd be really helpful in times like this. And by times like this, I mean 4 to 6 p.m. on Mondays.
All right.
It'd be a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
effing time to have a nanny.
I mean, I can't even find a babysitter. Like, I can't even. I need somebody who can do like 4 hours on a Wednesday afternoon or a Monday afternoon, and it is hard.
So
So we are.
you have potential grandparents moving into town, right? Like I know you don't have it yet, but is that something that's still in the works?
It's a possibility, but like, yeah, it's a possibility. I don't know
Because they're
how.
your random time sitters.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I do this because I have to adjust the baby every now and then. Yeah, right. That's you I'm talking about. That.
Chaos happening
And
on
we must walk because if we don't walk, then oh no, you can't appear on there, sweetheart. And I know the dog needs to go outside too, doesn't she? Because that's part
Hello,
of
Elizabeth. Oh, where is the camera? There is the camera. Good Lord. You would think, I literally have this blue mat sitting in front of me. So you think I'd be able to figure out where I need to wave to, say hello to people. And yet I'm still not that smart. Anyways, shall we do our first sprint?
You know what? Yeah, we should. Let's do
Yeah.
that. Okay.
I'm actually going to work on stuff today as opposed to cutting fabric. I will be cutting fabric during our breaks. I'm going to be
Sorry.
losing my sewing room again in a couple of days. So I want to get as much of this done before then. But I do have actual writing to do. So, or editing, I guess, is what's happening today. So let us share that screen. Oh, baby. Okay. And we are going to go ahead and start with a 10. Why did this? Oh, because I hit the wrong button. There we go. There we go. Okay. So we will see y'all in 10 minutes. Okay, we are back, and oh, and the nanny is at Sandy's, so she is going to be away for a little bit while she deals with that. Um, so we'll see what's happening there, but I'm going to keep working on my sewing. So let me do that, and when she returns, we will kick her back in. But this way, I'll be able to track and make sure that I don't run out of time. I did get that first short story edited right now in my um Medium group. Y'all know I write the erotic shorts on Medium. Right now in my group we are doing a writing challenge where we've got a bunch of tropes and a bunch of fall themed words that we are writing a new story every day on. It wasn't deliberate, but every single one of mine has like a real spoopy thing going on with it. So today's was um it was an artsy one. So like this would not be one of my more erotic ones, so to speak. It wasn't on purpose, but it ended up being like a combination of the lottery and the musical episode of Buffy and um and an orgy. Yeah. And that was what I just edited, but it was also real short, so I got it done fast. Um which is cool because I can move on to something else now. Yes, thank you, Elizabeth. It was not, I don't know. These things, when I do these shorts, I'm not really, it's not like I plot them out or anything. I just kind of let things happen how they do. Um, and that's what I ended up with. Let me hold on. I am counting these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, awesome. I am done with those. Yeah, I so it is the lottery, and so like what happens in it is a rural community where everybody is gathering for basically a masquerade at a barn, except that all like the music is basically being provided by demons or devils or what have you. Um and as they play, it turns into an orgy, but like everybody starts out dancing and then they kind of fall away to do other sexy time stuff, and then by the end of it there is one dancer and they are consumed by fire and they are the sacrifice so that there is a good harvest. That is the entire thing. It is only 700 words. It is not um some really that is the entirety of the story. It's just said more artistically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I am working on a log cabin quilt, which I have never done before. And the last few quilts that I have done have all been styles where I don't have to do a lot of cutting for them. Like there's somehow a manipulation where like the last one I did was a Bargello, and with a Bargello what you do is like you line up strips. They'd be different kinds of fabric, but you would be lining up your strips, sewing them together and then cutting them and then shifting them to create like a wave pattern in it. So it doesn't take nearly as much cutting because you're cutting all of your pieces at one time. So like each cut you do is basically like 30 pieces already there. So this is a lot more tedious, and that's okay. But I've got, oh Lord, I have 18 different fabrics here, and each of them need to be cut into 36 pieces total. So it is very long. and tedious. And you can see like I can't count while I'm talking. Oh, that's really funny you ask, Elizabeth, because this is both. I had wanted to do it all out of fat quarters. So those are the fat quarter strips. It like ended in the middle, so you can't even tell. I have fat quarter strips, and then I also have um, these big Mama Jamma from like they were quarter yard cuts. It turns out, should you ever want to do a log cabin quilt, it turns out that it's actually better to get the fabric cut. Because like I cut them all into the 1.5 inch strips that will then be cut into the smaller pieces that they need to be. And of course, the shorter these strips are, the more waste chunks there's going to be at the end of it. So like if all the waste chunks are an inch long, if it was only 8 strips total because I was using a quarter yard cut, then that's 8 inches that I've lost. But if it's 16 strips, because I was cutting it from the fat quarter, then it's 16 inches lost. So I've learned a valuable lesson from this. But let's go ahead and do our next sprint. Oh, I should have a message on the screen. The math, oh my God, the math with this log cabin quilt is killing me. Yeah, if you're not trying to be like real stingy with fabric, it's easier because you can waste a ton of fabric, but I am super stingy with my fabric. Okay, let's go ahead and get this next sprint going. We'll go ahead and do a 20. I'll get that story posted and then I will move on to the next one. I actually have 3 written that just need to be scheduled. So 20 on the clock. I will see you guys. It is 4:23. So I'll see you guys at 4:43. Hopefully we'll have Sandy back by then. Okay, we are both back. How did that go, Sandy? Can you hear me?
You're back.
Can you hear me, Sandy?
I think Chloe is concentrating. Wait. Did I turn my volume down? Sorry, guys, I couldn't hear you for a second.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I was like, we're back. Where's Chloe? Like, how come I'm talking, but like nothing is happening? I don't know.
On my side, I'm talking, but nothing's happening. How did that go?
Well, I've found at least one person who can do some occasional childcare, so that's
Yay.
positive. I don't think she can do Mondays from 4 to 6. I'm pretty sure it's one of those few times she can't do. So, that sucks. But you know what? I'll take whatever time I can get.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, we'll make it work. However, it needs to be.
We'll make something work. And oh shoot. All right. So when I set the child down on the floor, I have to ask myself, what is this child going to get into first? The dog food, the pantry, the outside. What's the biggest threat?
Right.
And he moves really fast. Words wise, I had started writing, and then the person that I was interviewing today showed up, and then she left, and you guys were doing another sprint. So I had a chance to start writing again, and the baby had lost his tolerance for me doing other stuff.
That's when disaster happens. I'm going to be back in like 2 seconds. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah, no, it was when disaster happens. You're right, and I don't know why. I mean, we've been watching Word Party, and they were doing the potty episode, so like he should totally have been entertained, but no, not so much. I guess potties don't entertain him yet.
Okay, so really quickly, because Ken is here, but he is outside right now. I told you about how he picked up the cat bowls so that the baby couldn't, but like there was still cat food all over the floor. Like, because just like dogs do the same thing. Their food goes everywhere. He didn't sweep. The broom is literally 1.5 feet away from the cat food.
Really? That's kind of gross. Yeah. I mean, as somebody whose child really likes dog food,
be where it is.
It was
weird. Anyway, what are you working on today? We never had that conversation.
Yeah, so sorry about the slamming in the back. The baby really likes the baby gate, so we can be entertained for a while, just like opening and closing the gate, which he can do. Yeah, but he can swing it back and forth on his own and stand up on it. He can actually unlatch it unless I lock it. Yeah, right, because you're clever, aren't you?
So like, I feel like the problem with baby gates and stuff like that is that like they keep making them fancier so that it's easier for adults to get through them, but also, of course, the easier it is for an adult to get through it, the easier it is for a child to get through it.
Yeah, that's not a safe spot, sweetheart. You got to find somewhere else. Oh my God. No. Let's play with the gate and not the tail. I know. She doesn't want to play like that. She doesn't want to play.
The thing went south quickly.
Go on, Hannah. Hurry up. Go.
I did get my story posted, and then I started the next one, which is like the sex scene in a horror movie. And that was, I don't know. I was just like in a weird place when I've been writing all of these things. So they're all like, I didn't intend for this challenge to be all like spooky stuff, but like, that's what I'm doing. And this one went really dark, and I don't know why.
Oh, well, it has been a rough last 2 years, so.
It has been. I guess that's true.
I mean, I'm writing my, YA suicide prevention story right now.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. Did you figure out what her bucket list is?
yes, I
Good.
needed help with a writing thing, and I realized that I needed like a before I die bucket list for my character. So I texted Chloe the other day because I was out of ideas, and she suggested Ruins. The story is set in the future. That was such a good idea. Like,
Yeah, yeah. The key to Ruins is the fact that it's set in the future, so like it adds that future, that weird like nostalgia charm of like, like it helps you also enforce the fact that it's the future, and also like makes people wonder what's going on.
yeah, yeah. And my husband had suggested Cedar Point. I was like, what would a kid in Michigan want to do in high school? Like, what's the quintessential experience? And he went, obviously, Cedar Point. I was like, well, that's lame. Like, I'm not going to have my very, in her head YA character decide she wants to go to Cedar Point. But
All right.
then if it's the Ruins, it's totally different.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like depending on what your life is, something like Cedar Point is fun, but like it's something that you do, like it's
yeah.
Like I feel like by high school, probably like 80% of the people that I went to school with had already gone to Disney at least once. So like, and then we're talking about like Delaware. So it's not like it's like a bucket list thing. It's something that's exciting to do, but like that you do it occasionally. Like apple picking for white people. Like, like it's
I almost
exciting,
put apple picking on the list.
What?
I almost put apple picking on the list. And then I was like, I don't know. It kind of seems sort of suburby. Like, is that really something she decided she wanted to do? And I think I swapped it out for something else.
Yeah, and here's why. Like, not just the calling out that it is like the whitest thing you could possibly do.
I don't know.
But
We
also,
talked about
I feel
pumpkin
like it's
spice
something that's
lattes at
not
some point.
appealing until you get a little older.
It's what?
It's not something that you really have an interest in doing, even as a white person, until you're older.
Oh, I disagree. My family and my family took my brother and I apple picking like every year, and I loved it as a kid. Like it was a highlight of the season.
As a kid or as a teenager?
Well, I mean, the story is about a teenager, but I suppose I'm thinking from the perspective of like an almost 40-year-old. So, okay, so I don't know. I think I have memories from at least when I was 12.
Mr. Shadow Paradox, I might be able to answer your question depending on what it is. I do also occasionally do cosplay stuff, so I might be able to answer your sewing question. I'm quilting right now, and really that's more my jam. And also, of course, writing. But yeah, no, like I'm also like now is as much as like it's my fault that you're going down this route. I'm excited to see what you decide to destroy. I in my alien, so like all of my alien stuff takes place in the same verse.
Yeah.
But whether it's just because I'm not going to build 8 million worlds when I can build one and have everything I need in it. And in that, it takes place. I've been bouncing around with it. It's going to be in the next like 100 years. It's just whether it's like 40 years or 60 years or 80 years in the future that I'm deciding. But either way, New York City and Beijing have both been obliterated.
Oh. Wow.
Yes.
Wait, we're talking only 80 years in the future? Because that's where I am. And did you just squish your foot?
Oh, they were obliterated by like alien attacks, like First Contact, not First Contact. I feel like you know the story of First Contact and how they found the second most valuable resource in the universe. But in the ensuing chaos of it, aliens try to take over the Earth and blew up New York and Beijing. And like otherwise, the world is basically the same. Like there's new technology and stuff like that, but it's not. Again, because it's sometime in the next 100 years, it's not like catastrophically different, kind of the whole function in the world that I built is that people on Earth can continue to live their Earth lives. And they're just now creating a safety net around the Earth with this other program. So like people are leaving Earth, but like what's happening on Earth is still just about the same, aside from again this catastrophic damage that happened. But like it happens. Yeah, you want to do the next sprint?
Sorry, I'm listening.
That's
But
fine. I'm assuming you have a fussy baby happening.
so fussy. Yeah, we should probably do it.
Yeah. So we are doing another 20. And it is 54 pass. So we'll see you guys at 14 pass. Okay, that is time on that sprint. Were you able to get any work done, Sandy?
No, we're way past that at this point. It's all I lost my chance.
That's okay.
Yeah, yeah. I know, bud. I know. I'm talking to someone else, and therefore you need attention.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. What's that? What's that?
Chonk is currently very upset with me because I am sewing and he is not allowed to eat the thread.
Oh man,
It
that just
is,
seems so unfair, Mom.
yeah, it is his second favorite meal,
Mm,
and I won't let him have it.
Jeez.
His
Um,
favorite, of course, being bits of plastic.
so that's kind of similar to why I had to stop writing because I pull my computer out and Ian just really feels the need to play with it. So you know
Yeah.
what happens? Oh, oh my God, he found a box.
Oh,
I've had this box out for like days. I didn't think he would find it.
that.
It's like
He's
huge,
super
you know, like it's a good box. You know when you're like a kid and like somebody like buys a refrigerator or something and like
Oh,
that
yeah.
box exists. So like proportionately to his size, it is enormous. It's like playpen enormous.
Right.
And he just found it.
Arguably more valuable than an actual toy that might have come in
Oh,
that box.
far more valuable. And
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
there was a toy that came in this box. It was like these foam things he can climb. Is he climbing those? No. Is he trying to climb the stairs? Yes. But
Yes.
now maybe he'll try to get into the box. Yeah, that's right. It's a good box. You can do
You get
that.
that box.
And he's done with the box. Now we're going for what are we going for next? What'd Mom do? Oh shoot.
So I finished editing that story, so that is ready to go live. I actually managed to get like 5 of these stories drafted in advance, which is cool because the challenge was running from the 1st until the 10th. Um, and as of this point, I've only gotten 6 of them written. I wrote 5 in advance, and then I just stopped writing them. So, which was not at all my plan. So, I figure if I can at least get these edited and ready to go, but they're all like super super dark, and I didn't intend that either. But that's okay. I'm gonna get that done and at least have that one success under my belt for this month.
He said that's Mom's shoe. It's not a good thing to eat. That's Dad's shoe. You shouldn't eat that either, but I'm not gonna stop you.
Devin would like to see the box, and since you are mobile,
Oh yeah, I can
you
show
can
you the
absolutely
box.
show us that box.
Look at that. Look at that. Okay.
Oh,
Wait,
that is a
I
nice
need to
box.
reverse the camera because like this is just that good. Can I do that? Camera. That is the box.
Yeah.
Okay, isn't that
is a
good?
really solid box right there.
Right?
Yeah.
And I tried to set it up so it would be like, you know, baby, like appealing. See that? He could try to open that. Yeah, there's a dark corner there.
Yeah. That's got like a hiding spot all over it.
Yeah. And that is compared to like the, you know, I mean, like this is what came in it. The like nice, safe foam thing.
Yep.
Honestly, I'd be happy with him playing with either of them, though.
Like, I'd be happy with playing with those.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I kind of want to play with them.
Yeah.
We're building a swing set this weekend because, like, one of our friends has one. And I really want to swing. We got a little text in for you, bud.
Are you going for, like, the full-on wooden can support an adult human being's weight?
Yeah.
Sort of thing? Nice.
Yeah. Because I'm not going to put a swing set in for my, like, probably only child and not be able to swing with him.
Oh, right. Well, you would, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just always, like, when I think of swing sets, I always think of the, like, I don't know if you would even have this memory because your childhood was different from mine, but, like, I can definitely remember a good number of the swing sets I had growing up as like you would swing back and like a front foot would lift slightly into the air.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we
Um,
had a metal swing set that was like a normal one that held like two swings, and it was
yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
like it was a death trap because it was the 80s. I don't know
indeed.
how we never
Died.
knocked them over because like we always actively tried to knock them
Oh
over.
yeah, because if you could swing high enough, then the whole thing could bounce.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and like it was either that or it was like the good industrial park swing where the goal was to literally get above the like top bar. To the point where like it lost all structural integrity in the chain and like you were heading toward death.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Yet
yet
many of us survived.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
somehow we survived, but some of us didn't survive. And I think we always have to remember that when we say things like that.
you're right. There should be a National '80s Remembrance Day,
Yeah,
something to commemorate the kids who died on
oh,
unsafe
right. Like
toys.
I feel like we all had somebody who like either died or got horrifically injured by those things that people love to say, well, I did it when I was a child and we all survived. Like, I don't know. Jesse only has two fingers on one hand now.
I think that for me, like I don't actually remember anybody who died like that. All the accidents I knew of were like more horrendous than that. They were like some 16-year-old who died and, pulling out of the neighborhood in his car.
Oh, yeah,
So it
yeah,
was
yeah. Yeah, we certainly also
horrible.
had those. We had the
Yeah.
80-year-old guy who killed the 16-year-old because he
Oh God,
knew,
that's
like,
horrible.
he couldn't see. His vision had him to the point where he should not have been legally driving, but they refused to do eye tests for these people, and he just didn't see the red light and killed one of my classmates.
Yeah,
So yes, also those stories, but I also remember the kid. I don't remember anybody dying, but I remember the kid having to go to the hospital because he stuck the spiral bind into the electrical socket. I don't know whatever
Ooh,
happened to that kid.
that's horrible.
Yeah,
Um,
like this stuff happened. He wasn't in my class. And I feel like I moved a couple months after that. Oh, the hummingbird is here.
but I mean, oh, kiddo, come on now. Life is not that bad.
Oh, he's Spence. We're just like in this break. Somehow we ended up on the topic of like things. Oh no, I know exactly how because we're talking about swing sets. Stuff
And
that
dark
like
stories.
yes, and stuff that people like to say. Well, we did it when we were kids and we were fine, but actually, not everybody made it because of the dumb shit that we were doing as kids. Or again, not all of us made it out with like all 10 fingers. So um yeah.
Generally, well, you know what? There's some survivor bias, isn't there? Like,
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah,
This is all survivor bias.
yeah, yeah. I will say it is
Yes.
extremely hard to keep a child alive, and then also they're really bouncy. So, like,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. The good news with kids, with like little ones, is that they rebound pretty easily from things.
thankfully,
So
yeah,
so usually they're fine.
yeah. Let's not talk about this anymore. It's making me feel bad. Let's talk about something positive. Like,
I mean, we could do our next sprint. It is that time.
yeah, we could do that. Why don't we try that for those of you watching who want to get, some work done?
Right. Get some actual productivity in because I just like, you know what? Never mind. I was gonna say I did nothing during that, but I hand pressed seams, and that's important. Anyways, um, let us do another 20, and that will take us to 44. Good luck, everybody. Okay, we are back. How'd you do, Sandy? Were you able to do anything?
No.
That's okay.
What about you?
I finished cutting the next set, and that was it. And I came up short, like I knew I was going to. I'm coming up short on a bunch of these fabrics, and of course, it's by like inches that I'm coming up short. I needed to get one more 10.5 inch strip and one more 11.5 inch strip, and that is what I was left with. So, like, it's not even a like purchasable quantity that I need because it's so little. So I'm debating on doing that thing where, you know, if you can't get something perfect, you make it deliberately imperfect. And just, you know, scattering comparable fabrics throughout because I've got like, it's going to end up being like 6 or 7 different colors that I come up short on.
That's a good scrap buster.
Yeah, I used a mix of fat quarters and just like regular purchased quarter yards. And the fat quarters, I'm just losing too much fabric on the cuts.
That's
so yeah. So like the things that are coming out of the regular stuff is mostly making it, but my fat quarters are not making it overall. So I had said this earlier to Elizabeth, and I will say it to you as well. If you ever decide to do a log cabin quilt, do quarter cuts instead of fat quarters.
I will not remember that, but I'll ask you.
That's fair. And yes, as Mr. Spence said earlier, babies do be bouncy. I have that whole scar on my forehead from when my mother dropped me on my head as a baby, and I came out fine. In all fairness, it is her fault, but probably not for dropping me on my head as a baby. Other than like, what did that indicate about her as a mother in general?
I feel like every mom has an occasion where they drop their baby. We have not dropped Ian yet, knock on wood, but like,
do you know the story behind me being dropped on my head?
No, tell us. I'm gonna mute him while you tell us.
I mean, it's a very short story because I was 7 months old, so I don't remember it. But she was holding me. Again, I am 7 months old. She is holding me. So I was about a little bit younger than your son, right? That's yeah. Because he's got to be like 9 months now. How old is he? No, he's older than that now. He's almost a year. Is he almost a year? Am I doing that math right? Is he like 10 months?
Okay. Yes, he's 10 months.
Okay. So, anyways, I am 7 months old. She is holding me. She is making breakfast. She is making toast. The toast, or potentially the toaster, I don't know. This would have been 1981. Caught fire, and in her scramble to save the toaster, she dropped her 7-month-old infant on its head in her rush to save the toaster.
Okay. I don't know how these things happen specifically, but I can say as a new mom, there's a massive amount of sleep deprivation involved. So let's just assume that your mother was like at that level of sleep deprivation. You know, maybe she had a migraine headache from listening to the damn thing like spin too many times, or you know, I don't know. There are reasons.
It was 1981. I don't really know what we had for toys back then. I feel like we had laundry baskets.
There's a lot of pictures of me in like laundry baskets and pots. Yeah.
That's exactly why I said that, yes. Also pictures of me either in a laundry basket or with a laundry basket upon my head.
Yes, that's a thing. That's a thing. And
Yeah.
I actually put Ian in a laundry basket somewhere around 7 months because I felt that I should have at least one picture like that. It's really cute. It's not something we have to do most of the time.
I don't have I don't know. I feel like most laundry baskets are tall these days, right?
Yeah, so
I
they're
don't
extra
know.
cute.
What was that?
So they're oh yeah, no, I know what you mean. No, we have like a longish rectangular one that's short.
Okay, so you have that old style. I don't know what happened that made all of the laundry baskets in this house be the tall. I guess they're more space saving if they're tall. I guess that's probably why I've always had tall ones.
Yeah, I
Or
think
like,
that's probably right.
this is really bizarre, but in Delaware, like most of my childhood, obviously when I was little we had laundry baskets, but when I was older we didn't have laundry baskets at all, and I'm now confused about how that worked.
You had no laundry basket.
You know, we had no laundry baskets at all. I don't know, we just immediately put our clothes in the washing machine and wash them like every single day. Is that what we did?
Maybe you had a laundry chute.
No, we absolutely did not. That is extremely bougie. Also, our laundry room was upstairs. Um, and this is weird, but our entire house shook when we did laundry. When it got on the spin cycle, you know how everything shakes a little bit when it's on the spin cycle? Well, when you're in a not gigantic house and your laundry room is upstairs, that absolutely makes the entire house shake ever so slightly. Um, yeah.
I have just gone into my laundry room because it dawned on me that this is a room he likes, and maybe he'll just be happy in here for a minute. So thank you for the inspiration for that.
I like that for some reason he's happy in the laundry room.
There are like a couple of those like paint night things that my husband and I have painted in here, and he's
Oh,
really fascinated by that.
gotcha. That I can understand.
Yeah, so
I feel like laundry rooms tend to be like the least baby proof room in the house.
oh, you know, he
So
can't be here without me holding him,
yeah.
but right? Are you happy now? What do you think of that? Huh?
Is he
He
enjoying
was
the
mad
art?
this whole time. He is. He's
Good.
just happy. Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
just
look,
realized that we can see this on the screen. Like right there
you fun.
is me. There is my hand pointing at my hand on the screen. Oh.
Are we talking now?
All
Yeah.
right, well, do we want to do another sprint or do we want to call it a day?
I think it would be best for me if we called it a day. I don't feel like I'm going to get anything more done, but
That's fair.
if you want to stick around,
No, because it is
I'm
coming
not
up
getting
on that
anything else
time
done.
anyways. You've got a baby that's fussing, but it is like 8 of the hour, and we were going to end on the hour anyway. So I think we can call it a day at this point. So thank you all for watching. We will be back next week at this time. We will do our best to be productive then. Yes, exactly. So thank you guys for watching, and go out there and be productive. Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.